Even though I'm out walking, today's self-care tip has nothing to do with exercise. Today's tip is all about training your brain to see the good in things instead of the negative. And I know this works because it's something that I put into practice a few years ago, and it definitely had an improvement on my life. There's also a lot of flexibility with this one, so you can sort of adapt it to suit what you want to do and how it works for you. And excuse me for not staring at you constantly. I am out walking, and this time of year I'm constantly on the lookout for snakes and lizards. If you're struggling a bit with your mental health, and even if you're not, something that you can do is to find, let's start with three. Find 3 good things every day. Some people might call it something to be grateful for, and I know people have a gratitude journal and they write down every morning things that they're grateful for. That doesn't work for me. That's a bit, that's not my kind of thing. But hey, if that works for you, do it. For me, I just look around and take it all in, and that is enough for me. And just find 3 things. Like, for example, right now, I can smell the grass around me has just been freshly mown, and I can smell that, and it makes me happy. There's a bird chirping, and the sky is this most amazing blue. And I look at the smile on my face. I'm not faking that. These little things, you see them, you acknowledge them, you consume them with your mind, and they make you feel better. Alternately, this is what the opposite is like, right? I could stand here and say, it's so friggin' hot. Oh, the pathway's really hard on my feet. Oh, the noise of the cicadas is pissing me off. That's the negative. And training your brain to think of things like that, it's all about habit. I mean, it's just a habit that we develop. And if you constantly see the negative, it is going to become easier and easier to do. Whereas if you start to train your brain to see the positive, it quickly becomes second nature, and you won't even have to tell yourself to do it. If you're struggling, just find one thing. What is one thing nice about today? Sometimes it's best to not know what made the sound in the bush behind you. Yeah, you know, and once you've succeeded with one thing, do 3. What are 3 things that I can be happy about today? What are 3 things in today's life that made me smile or brought me joy or was pretty to look at? You can do as many or as few as you want. You can write them down on paper. You can keep them in your mind. You could post them to your Facebook page and share that positivity with other people. This is a really good walk. Walking and talking, I can multitask. I know this works because a few years ago, I found myself complaining every day about the heat. Oh, I'm so sick of the heat. It's just too hot. Blah, 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 every day. And it was, before I listened to myself one day and I went, Karen, you're just whinging constantly. So I made a deal with myself. It was just beginning of summer, and I said, okay, for this whole summer, I'm not going to complain about the heat. I said, I can acknowledge the heat, but I can't complain about it. So instead of saying, oh God, it's just so hot today, I say, yes, it is a very hot day today, isn't it? See, I'm acknowledging it, but I'm not complaining about it. And as stupid as that may sound, it really worked. And I'm saying I think that must have been about 5 years ago. And you know, I could probably count on one hand the number of times since then that I have actually complained about the heat. Yes, I acknowledge it a lot. Yes, it's very hot today. Yes, it's 30 degrees. It's 80% humidity. I'm struggling. I'm sweating. But you know what? Smell the grass, look at the sky, listen to the birds. I'm healthy enough that I'm able to get out and walk and enjoy it all. I've got this great life, this great place, and there's so many things to be happy about. Right now I'm grateful for that water fountain because it meant I didn't have to carry a drink with me. So that's today's tip. Let me know what you think of it. I know it has helped me, and I know that a lot of us are struggling with mental health. The world just seems to be so difficult at the moment. So anything that we can do to help us stay happy and stay positive, I think it's got to be worth a try. So I am heading home. I've had my little rest stop in the park halfway on my walk. And when I get home, I'm going to be grateful for the water that I put in the fridge before I left. So I'm going to have a cold drink. And I'm going to be grateful for my aircon. Oh yeah, going to be grateful for the aircon. But right now, let's walk. I'll see you tomorrow with another, hopefully, helpful tip. Bye everyone. Thanks for watching.